Kingston Colts, Mr. Chris Bowie. Coaches Jace Washart and Tim Labarge. Now the host team, let's welcome the Oakville Whitecaps. Leading off, number 4, playing shortstop, Lake Cosentino. At first base, number 24, Logan Harvey. Playing third base, number 6, Jackson Vale. The cleanup, left fielder, number 21, Thomas Loeffler. Wearing number 8, Bronson McKean. Number 12 at center field, Josh Wynn. Playing second base, number 2, Caleb Sutherland. The catcher, number 27, Matthew Kershwitz. Number 13, your pitcher, Jack Carson. The right fielder, number 18, Sam Cuss-Doyle. Wearing number 26, Deshaun Dillon. Wearing number 5, Evan Wynn. Coaching the Whitecaps, Mr. Scott Vale, Sam Cosentino, and Jason Harvey. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, please rise, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem, sung by Kingston's own, Tragically Hips, Gord Downey.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Canadian anthem is performed by Gord Downey.
Our home and native land, true patriot love in all our sons' command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gord Downey.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now have our Little League pledges. Pledging in French will be Declan Cashman, and the parent will be April Kirkpatrick. And our pledge in English will be Evan Wynn, and the parent Eric Wynn.
There's the cable. All right. I'll go first. Who's got English? toujours de mon mieux.
Good job.
I will teach all children to play fair and do their best. I will positively support all managers, coaches, and players. I will respect the decisions of the umpires. I will praise a good effort despite the outcome of the game.
Je s'adhère à tous les enfants à jouer avec fair play and fair play de le mieux. Je soutiendrai positivement tous les managers, entraîneurs et joueurs. Je respecterai les décisions des arbitres. Je féliciterai les efforts pour fournir quel que soit le résultat du match.
Thank you. Good job.
Good luck.
Play ball!
There you go.
That's an affirmative, sir.
Just want to make sure you're on the right page.
Took me a minute to figure out how to do it.
Excellent.
Not as easy as pushing a button. You have to push the ball. Throw in the effort and then putting it on.
Yeah, that's why I suggested we do it when we go score. Swap.
Well,
Fair enough. You do you, kid. I know. That's why I didn't argue with you. Just a touch inside.
Check.
Hello and welcome here to Kingston, Ontario. It's day 1, game 3 of the 2026 Eastern Canadian Intermediate Championships. And while we'll end it with the host team, the Kingston Colts, taking on District 1 Ontario champions in the Oakville Whitecaps. Hello everyone, my name is Jacob Ewing. Producer Raya Hennessy will be producing this evening's show. And well, it's been quite the eventful day for producer Rias and I, as we've had a bunch of new equipment, testing some things out. And not all of it has worked, but man, the baseball has been consistently good as Declan Cashman will work a walk to start the ball game and get aboard first base. Quite the crowd, the largest we've had throughout the day. I mean, it is Wednesday, so the evening game makes sense logically to have the most amount of people, but this Kingston crowd has shown up as they typically do when the Colts play baseball. Robbie Carmichael will follow up. Cashman will be cleaned up by Callum Party as the third slot hitter. As Cashman uses his speed and steals a base, moves himself into a scoring position, now at second base. Starting pitcher this evening for the Whitecaps goes to number 13, Sam Cuss Doyle. The righty looking to get the Whitecaps off to the right hand as Carmichael will take a strike there on a swing attempt. The big game for both these teams. The first game always means so much. And so far today, we've seen 2 mercy rule wins. No game has gone the distance as Cashman gets that one square in the back on a pickoff attempt at second base. As he'll just kind of stretch it out, and he looks to be okay, which is good to see. It's an 0-2 count for Carmichael. Custodio looking for his first punch out of the evening in the 0-2. That's inside, and look at Cashman go. He's gone from one corner to the next, stole back-to-back bases, and has himself a base hit away from opening the scoring here for the Colts. Well, Carmichael started his at-bat with a runner at first, and now has a chance to finish off with an RBI. Pops this one up, skies it to right field. Couple steps inside, the catch is made. Cashman tagging up, going home. The plate is there, the tag dances around it. Cashman is safe. Declan Cashman goes breakdancing and tips toes around the catcher and touches the plate, and the Colts have opened the scoring in fascinating fashion. That was just amazing. And you saw how aggressive Cashman was on the base path, so you had a feeling that when that ball was caught in right field that it was green light going home. And Cashman made the catcher look a bit silly. Chopper, what a play. Spinning play by the third baseman, tossed to first in time. The Whitecaps say if you can make a fantastic play, we can too. It's 5-3 off a spin play by the Whitecaps third baseman, Jackson Vale, and there's 2 down. Oh my, we are in for a superstar type game, as this one goes deep all the way back to the fence. As Charlie Harden goes for 2, it's a double for Harden. And the vibes are high here at Cricket Field, as guns are blazing early on. And here's Declan Bowie to the plate, this shortstop here this evening. First pitch to Bowie. Reaches for it, ground ball to the second baseman. Routine play, tossed to first in time. And the Whitecaps will get out of it, leave a runner stranded at second base. But it's 1-0 for the host team as they get on the board. And when we come back, it's the Oakville Whitecaps for their first opportunity on the offense. And, well, we'll see if it's star-studded with spectacular plays like we saw in the top of the inning. Bottom of the first innings, we join you back here in Kingston. 1-0 ball game for the Colts after they scored a fascinating run as Declan Cashman tiptoed around the catcher and opened the scoring. But it's a chance for the Whitecaps to respond here, leading things off. Number 4, Lake Cosentino goes swinging on one on the inside for strike one. Cosentino playing shortstop on the infield. And looking to get things sparked here early for the Whitecaps and try to respond to the deficit they now find themselves in. Starting pitcher this evening for the Colts, number 26, Robbie Carmichael. And he's got himself an 0-2 lead here early on. And there's the 0-2 pitch. Over top of it, Constantino, ground ball. Carmichael flips to first in time. And there's one down. As Carmichael went to the breaking ball there, slowed it down, and Constantino got over top of it. And there's Logan Harvey, the first baseman, with his first crack at the offense. So it's our third and final game of day one. We've seen 6 teams out of the 7 today. The Ottawa West Twins, the only team we have not seen. I believe they play one of the earlier games, first or second game tomorrow. And he gets all of that ball. Harvey back to the wall. It's a one-hopper to the fence. Logan Harvey will get himself a bullet double. And that's a way to spark your offense here early on, as that looked like it had potential right off the bats to be bye-bye baseball. But it does stay in play. And there's Jackson Vale with a runner in scoring position. He just unloaded on that thing, pulled it perfectly to left field and over top of the head of Declan Cashman. Ball spills out of Cunningham's glove, runner down to third, and Harvey will have no test. He moves himself an extra base, and he's a base hit away from tying up this ball game for the Whitecaps. Chopper to the shortstop, and it skips on past him, and the Whitecaps have tied the game. It's an RBI single for Jackson Vale. And after that long hit double from Harvey, he's able to get himself around, and we're all tied up at ones.
Now batting, number 21, Thomas Loeffler.
And there's Thomas Loeffler, the cleanup hitter, playing left field in the outfield as well. And Carmichael's got to wipe off those 2 recent batters off. He'll chase that one down away. He'll foul it off as well for a quick strike. So our 2 games earlier, we saw Trois-Rivières take a 22-0 victory over the Cornwall River Rats. And then in our midday game, the Diamond took on the Orleans Red Sox in a game that ended, I believe, around 11-1. So 2 games that ended in mercy rules, and well, in a 1-1 game where both teams have made some fantastic plays so far, it looks like we could be gearing up for our first game that goes to length. Well, the 0-1 to Loeffler. Over top of it, fouls it back, his second consecutive foul ball. And he'll go down into an 0-2 hole. O2 hole, Carmichael looking for the punch out. Outside and the free base there, no slide needed for Jackson Vale. Moves himself into his scoring position. As both teams have been pretty aggressive on the base paths. here early on, looking to make it a high-scoring game. Carmichael still in the lead in the count. He'll deliver the 1-2 pitch. And he pulls that one right up the alley to right field. Vale's getting the wave. The play to the plate will just be a tad late, and Jackson Vale has given the Whitecaps the lead. It's an RBI single for Thomas Loeffler. And Oakville now have one up.
Now batting, number 8, Bronson.
There's Bronson McKean, as we'll have a mound meeting here, as the entire infield and the catcher Cunningham will go meet with their head coach, Jace Bouchard. Not their head coach, one of their assistant coach, but Jace in the Colts' corner for this one. He knows ball. Plays for the Carleton Ravens in U Sports. Have a quick word with the lads, and he'll head back to the dugout. As Carmichael, he's thrown well here early on, but the Whitecaps has just been kind of all over him. And there's with the first pitch to McKean. Right down the pipe, Carmichael delivers it and will take one up. McKean will just see one through. Well, the 0-1. Late decision there from McKean to swing, and he's got himself in an 0-2 hole. Carmichael would love to swing some momentum back his team's way, and a punch-out would do so. He's got himself the advantage. Showing the velocity. Can he find the area? And he will. Blows it right past McKean for strike 3. And there's 2 down after Carmichael gets 3 straight strikes. And there's Josh Hwin.
Now batting, number 12, Josh Wynn.
Still a runner at second base with double lead that the Whitecaps have now. And that one is right up the gap between first and second base from Hwin. It's green light around third. Pardon me, he's held up, and what a decision it was from the third base umpire to make that third base coach of the Whitecaps. As Loeffler looked like he was all going home and just stops up at the last second as the toss from right field from Bryson Hollywood was on the money to Cunningham. And so it'll be runners in the corners and a single from Josh Hwin. And it is Caleb Sutherland. Tried a bad homer run. And he likes it. Throw down to third. They're going to try him. Got to be careful there. We've seen that situation sometimes, well, throughout the day where they toss down to third and it gets passed. And after that, there's not much you can do. You pretty much have to let the runner at third trot on home. Runner does still second, though, so we'll have 2 runners now in scoring position. And he fouls that one back. And we'll bring us to an 0-2 count. The 0-2. Got him. Strike 3. The fastball on the inside, and that will end the inning. Get out of it as they leave runners stranded at third and second base, but the Oakville Whitecaps have taken the lead. It's 2-1 as we'll head to the top of the second, and the Colts back on the offense. You're watching the 2026 Eastern Canadians Intermediate Championships here on the Kingston Baseball Association YouTube channel. Top of the second inning as we join you back here in Kingston. Leading things off for the Colts, number 44, Liam Kirkpatrick. Goes swinging on the first pitch. Bouncer to the second baseman. Handled. Toss to first in time. And quick work there from the Whitecaps infield to get it done. Making the play there, that was number 2, Caleb Sutherland.
Charlie Labarge.
And here's Charlie Labarge for the Colts. I've had the pleasure of calling a lot of his games over the years. Watched him grow up as a baseball player. Shallow left field, searching for it. No sun in his eyes on a cloudy Kingston day. And there's 2 pitches, 2 swings, and 2 outs. Everything going the Oakville way here early on. And here's Lucas Valente. Try to keep things alive. Can we have an immaculate inning here? I'm sure Sam Cuz-Doyle, the pitcher, would love it. And just a great take there from Valente on the outside for ball 1. Similar territory down in the way, ball 2, and a lead here for Valente. As we'll see Valente, and then it's Cunningham, Rogers, and Hollywood before we go back to the top of the order. 2-0. Held off, stared it down, but he'll stare down a strike. Thought about it there for a second, hesitated. 2-1. Like that one. Seems like he made another just tad too late decision. Ended up swinging through an opportunity that was a bit too late. And he's back-to-back strikes. 2-2 pitch from Cuz-Doyle. Breaking ball up the middle. That's bounced off Cuz-Doyle's chest. And he looks in a little bit of pain as Valente will get to first. And time will be called to check in on him, but just a situation where it's hard to get out of the way of a ball that's hit right back to you. And Cuz-Doyle will meet with his coaches and ensure he's okay. As it was a one-hopper right to the mound. And he looks good to go. Sam Cuz-Doyle will stay on the rubber. And we'll try to get out of this top of the inning. His team has put him in a great situation to do so. As Valente will also take first base, so we'll have Casey Cunningham with a base runner to work with after Cuz-Doyle takes his warm-up pitches. We had opening ceremonies just before this game got underway. Nice little ceremony, as it always is when Kingston hosts Canadians. You have the bagpipes. You get to see all the 7 teams we have here in the Limestone City. And here's Casey Cunningham, the catcher, with his first at-bat. And while that opening ceremonies was the opening event for a great tournament we're going to have here all week, and it's only day 1, as the round robin will go on for at least a week before we take a day off for a potential rain day. So if any games get delayed, I believe they will be put to that day. I believe that is the 22nd, or pardon me, around the 22nd. I believe the 23rd might be the day before we go into semifinals and then championship baseball on the 24th. Cunningham, a light one hit to the mound, and Cuz-Doyle will finish it off like he's playing catch with the first baseman, a light little toss to Logan Harvey. And it's 1, 2, skip 3, and they get 4 to end the top of the inning. And when we come back, the Oakville Whitecaps look to extend their lead. It's 2-1. bottom two moments away from getting underway. Pitching change here for the Kingston Colts. They give the reins to number 77, Charlie Herndon. In relief for Robbie Carmichael, who only won an inning. Bunt attempt there from the leadoff hitter, Matthew Hirschwitz, will go foul. So we'll start off with a strike. But, yeah, quick pull there from Carmichael. Trying to keep his pitch count as low as possible. He's probably over that 20-day, 20-pitch marker, which would make him unavailable for tomorrow. I believe he goes 20 and then 35. And then different variables as the pitches get higher. Maximum 95 for a 13-year-old, 85 for a 12-year-old. Throw cross diamond from the Colts in time to retire Hirschwitz, and there's one down.
Now batting number 13, Jack Carson.
And there's Jack Carson. Ho-2 to Carson. And he gets all of that ball all the way to left field. And it even bobbled through the left fielder. But Jack Carson gets himself a single. And I believe, so my mistake, but Jack Carson has been our starting pitcher for the last 2 innings when they're on defense. I think I just messed something up when I was running down my rosters to start with. So Jack Carson has been phenomenal at the mound. Only 1 run through 2 innings. As that's down in the dirt, chance here for Carson to extend, throw to second, the tag. Won't be there. Great throw there by Cunningham. Pardon me, new pitcher as well. Pardon me, new catcher make that. I think it's Valente behind the plate. That's Charlie Labarge who had the catch in the tag, but just a tad too late. Here's the 1-1. Got him on the inside for strike 2. And a great pitch there from Herndon. And a chance here to find a punch out. His first one of the ball game. Down in the dirt, that would be ball 2. Costoyle. Play to third, and it skips over top of the third baseman's glove of Cashman. And it'll be runners in the corners. It's a base hit for Sam Costoyle. As Jack Carson now at third base, a base hit away from coming home and extending the lead for the Whitecaps. I also have Nishan Dillon. And with only 1 out, prime opportunity for Dillon to bat home a runner. So the Colts look to be going the route of having quick pitching changes. We'll obviously see how far Charlie Herndon goes, but I lean that way because of how fast they took Carmichael out. Throw to third, throw to first. They're trying to get a runner. They do! Fast reaction time from the Colts as they go 2-5 and then cross diamond from Cashman 5-3. And they get Costoyle, who is 2 steps too far up the base path, and there's 2 down. Pitch to Dillon on the inside for a ball. And it's up high for another ball. Nearing the bottom of the order here for Oakville, it's Dillon, then Evan Huynh, and then back up top. Can the bottom of the order get it done? Ground ball in the glove of Herndon, underhand throw, no problem. And the Colts get out of a runner at third as Carson is stranded. And it's still 2-1, heading back to the bats for the Colts in the top of the third. Don't go anywhere. More baseball when we return. Top of the third as we get underway here in Kingston. Number 7, Lucas Rogers will be followed up by Bryson Hollywood before we go back to the top of the order for Cashman. Bounce off Carson, play to first. They still got him. What a recovery from the Oakville infield. As they're able to flip it in time. And so I do have to reiterate myself, the pitcher, that is Jack Carson. I believe I was saying Sam Doyle the majority of the time, but it is Jack Carson. That was an error on when I wrote down my lineup as they are right beside each other in the order. And so I think I just mixed up somewhere when I was writing down the positions, but that took a heavy bounce off of Carson's lower half.
Now batting number 11, Bryson Hollywood.
But still able to recover is Oakville. And there's Bryson Hollywood, the right fielder. Bottom of the order. Try to spark something in the offense. First pitch from Carson. Ball one just up high and outside. Low air quality day here in Kingston as well, as all of Eastern Ontario is seeing it. So it's keeping the sun away the entirety of the day. Haven't seen a single speck of the orange thing in the sky that we see most days. Hollywood fouls that one off the first baseline, which has been nice. It's kept it kind of cool, but obviously the air quality being not up to par isn't great, especially for sports. But we just hope for a better day tomorrow. 2-1. Skied up in the air. Looks to right center field and underneath of it to make the grab is the Whitecaps.
The batter, number 3, Max Herndon.
Oh, pardon me, Max Herndon will be the bottom of the order before we go back up top to Cashman. See if Max can get something started. Carson trying to retire the side in order. Strike one on Max. Well, the 0-1. This one right up the alley as it splits first and second. And Herndon keeps the inning alive with a single. And gets aboard for the top of the order with Declan Cashman due up. And way to wait for it there. Hits it perfectly just to the left of the second baseman. Can't ask for much more there from Max Herndon. And here's Cashman. On the run is Max Herndon. Throw is off the target, goes all the way to shallow center, and sliding in there with a free base is Max. Down and away. We'll split the first two. One. Cashman high up in the air, and it will split back into foul territory. As in the booth that we are in, you can't see what goes on behind us. So what I like to do when a foul ball goes behind in a sight that we can't see is look at the crowd and see if there's any expressions that will say and kind of describe to me what was hit with the baseball. But it seemed like pretty calm there, so that's always a good sight to see. 2-2 over top of Cashman. Try to look for a breaking ball there, and Carson apologizing to Cashman as he really slowed things down and went over top of the head of Cashman as well. Full count. Cashman fouls it back. Another payoff incoming. It's ball 4 for Declan Cashman. And back-to-back batters aboard here for the Kingston Colts, and here comes Robbie Carmichael. As the two starting pitchers, one still in the game, and Carson and Carmichael, who left after the first, will go for a battle here. Turned fire to second, and in there in time was Herndon. See people showing up for this game. In the earlier games, that outfield fence was, well, pretty bare, but people are starting to fill it up. The stands to our left and our right are both very full, and it adds to a great atmosphere, and you get a different feeling of this game as well. Looks for the inside of the breaking ball, won't find it. Chance to load the bases up, though, for Carmichael after the inning started for the Colts with back-to-back outs. 1-1. Down and away, ball 2. Hey, like that one. Carmichael did. It was delivered just a high up in the zone, took a slice out and unable to connect, and we'll see strike 2. Chance to end the top of the inning for Carson, get his team out of the jam. The 2-2, got him. Strike 3, and Jack Carson keeps things scoreless on the defensive side of the ball for the Oakville Whitecaps. And what a battle back it was in the inning for the Colts, getting 2 on, but Carson puts a fork in it and will send his team back to the offense, up by 1, but a chance to extend it when we return. Bottom three as we join you back here in Kingston. Still at the bump for his second consecutive inning. Number 77, Charlie Herndon. It's a ball on the first pitch for a leadoff hitter. As we hit the bottom of the order here for the Whitecaps, Evan Huynh will go back to the top for Lake Constantino, and then Logan Harvey, the confirmed 3. Strike call there as it's delivered from Herndon.
Batting for the Whitecaps is number 5, Evan Huynh.
On the 1-1 delivery. Strike 2 swinging. Clean inning there from Charlie Herndon in the bottom of the second inning. Kept things at a 2-1 ball game after he left it scoreless. Here's the 1-2. Got him. Evan Huynh goes down swinging. It looks like a drop strike 3.
The batter, number 4.
And he will confirm a bit of a confusion there after it looked like they wanted a drop strike 3, but and Valente threw the ball around like they were throwing around the horn after a strikeout, but Huynh, who ran down to first, will go back to the dugout eventually, and we'll go back to the top of the order to Lake Constantino. Constantino fouls the first one back. And I have noticed something about Constantino is he seems like just a very nice kid. You can see when Carson was hit with a ball, he's placed shortstop, and he was the one that came over and kind of made sure he was okay. He was giving fist bumps to the other team, the Colts. Just something I've picked up on from the Whitecaps leadoff hitter. Cut off from the first baseman. No one's covering the bag. It's a foot race for the base. He got him! And the Colts win. Not exactly the 100-meter dash, maybe the 5-meter dash. But it's Party who comes out on top. And we'll have Logan Harvey up to bat, who rocked a bullet to deep left field last time he was up, so he has showcased his power. See what he's got here against Herndon. Over top of it, diving effort, keeps it in play, on his knees, cross diamond, oh yes! It's a perfect inning from the Kingston Colts, and nightcapping it was a superstar play from the infield. And that's a way to spark some offense as they'll head back to the bats, down by 1, looking to find a tally. When we come back, top of the 4th, you're watching the 2026 Eastern Canadian Championships. Top of the 4th as we're 3 innings done, 2-1 ball game. All the damage done in the first inning as well. And leading things off for the Colts, Callum Party. He'll be followed up by Charlie Herndon and Declan Bowie, the 3 confirmed here in the top of the 4th. Rolling with the same pitcher is the Whitecaps, and why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't they? Jack Carson has pitched 3 great innings, 1 run allowed back in the top of the 1st. And he's got an 0-2 lead. Party underneath of it, lifts it to right field, locating and finding it is Oakville, and there's one down.
The batter, number 77, Charlie Herndon.
Here's Charlie Herndon as the two active pitchers will go out of here. Herndon's joining the ball game at the mound, 2 scoreless innings. And here's his second at bat. Outside for ball 1. And that is ball 2. Pardon me, strike 2 on Herndon as he goes through on that one. And now he's got a battle to stay alive. Carson looking to get back the spark he's had in previous innings. Herndon will lift it foul territory. First baseman over top of his shoulder. Able to make the grab. Had to locate it. That's a tricky play there. But no task too tall for Logan Harvey. Able to bring it down. And there's 2 away. A chance to retire the sided order is Declan Bowie up to the bats. And that would keep the pitch count low for Carson, as he looks like he's going to attempt to go the entirety of the game or as deep as possible. We'll see what the strategy is from the Whitecaps. Here's the 1-0. Bowie takes a slice at it for strike 1, and we split the first 2 pitches. Strike 2 the call. Ump likes it. Carson paints the outside. And a chance to end the top of the inning in quick fashion, and he does. Jack Carson, fantastic performance at the mound through 4 innings, only 1 run allowed, and he retires the side in order here in the top of the 4th. Sends his team back to the offense when we return. Bottom 4 underway, leading things off in the 3 spot. Number 6, Jackson Vale goes swinging on the first pitch, fouls it off. We followed up by number 21, Thomas Loeffler, and then Bronson McKean. The confirmed 3 here, back on the mound for his 3rd consecutive inning, looking to make it his 3rd consecutive clean inning is Charlie Herndon of the Colts. Chopper slowly hit and bounces in and out of the glove of Declan Cashman, unable to hang on to it, and it'll be an infield single to lead things off for Jacksonville. Here's Thomas Loeffler.
The batter, number 21, Thomas Loeffler.
You know, maybe a single, maybe an error. Either way, Vale is on. You'll see outside for ball 1. test the runner at first. A toss there by Herndon as it was close. Vale does get it back. Down in the dirt. Valente can't find it. And it's an easy free base there for Vale as he moves himself into a scoring position. It's more heads-up base running there. He was off to the races as soon as that one even hit the dirt. Seems like he even had his mind made up before the situation even happened where it went to the dirt. That one is scraped to right field and an easy catch there as he's in perfect location by Bryson Hollywood for the first out.
Number 8, Bronson McKean.
And there's Bronson McKean. It was a nice pitch there by Herndon. Looked to kind of bend it into the inside as it initially looked like it was going to be very drastically inside the batter's box, but threw a little braking on it. Love the 1-0. Looks for the other side of the plate and won't find it either. And a quick 2-0 hole going the way of McKean. Three straight balls going McKean's way, and a toss down to second base spills all the way to center field. Well, they'll get it back in time. So 3-0 count. See what McKean decides to do here. Obviously, the expectation would be to hold. Here's the pitch from Herndon. And he will. He'll see one through. For strike one, Herndon starts his battle back into it. And it's ball 4 on the inside. And McKean will take first base to put 2 on and bring up Josh Wynn. And Wynn's got a chance with only 1 out to potentially load the bases up here for the Whitecaps. And while a game that's in a bit of a stranglehold through 2.5 innings, no runs have been scored. It kind of seems like the next team to find some sort of offense, well, of course, we'll build some momentum, but might be able to create something of it, especially if the Whitecaps, who already have a 1-run lead, if they're able to find the next run, kind of build off of it, as the Colts offense has been cold as of recently due to the fantastic pitching of Jack Carson. Quinn, will that stay fair? Rides up the third baseline. Far throw. Doesn't matter. Able to find it. And that's the inning complete, as that is out number 3. Must have missed an out there, but it doesn't matter. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning. It's still 2-1. No runs through 3 innings. And when we come back, it's the Colts still searching for that tying run. The question, can they find it here? top 5 as we swiftly move through this one. And there's Liam Kirkpatrick. We'll see Charlie Labarge and Lucas Valente, the 3 confirmed here in the top of the 5th inning. But after that first inning where, floodgates open, both teams score at least 1 run. It's been very back and forth defensive style baseball. Both teams have just played shut down. Both pitchers have been great. Carson's been here the entire time, and Harnden has been here through these last 3 innings after he took over Carmichael's position. After Carmichael went only 3 outs. A pine outside for ball 2. But a much different game from the 2 we've seen earlier today. And, well, I'm sure everyone would agree we like to see closer baseball than blowouts and mercy rules coming into effect like we saw earlier. We've seen a bunch of fantastic plays, too, so that's just a cherry on top. 3-1, strike 2 to keep him there as he paints the outside. And we'll have a payoff pitch to start things off here in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the payoff. It's ball 4 on the inside for Liam Kirkpatrick, a tying run aboard now for the Kingston Colts.
Now batting number 10, Charlie Labarge.
And there's Charlie Labarge, the second baseman this evening for the Colts. Labarge shows bunt, puts it down, foul. Well, Labarge just got lots of experience in big-time games. He was a part of that Colts team a couple of years ago when they hosted the Major Canadians. And that is, well, the highest you can get in Canada. And, well, he was a part of it, so he's played in big games. Well, here's one here. Start of a big tournament, Eastern Canadians. And a successful steal there as well for Kirkpatrick. Moves himself into a scoring position. A turn and fire. Carson Will down to second base. Kirkpatrick was all over it. Labarge, roller up to shortstop, fire to first in time as Lake Constantino makes the play. We'll advance the runner, though, so tying run now at third base. That's Liam Kirkpatrick, and here's Lucas Valente with only 1 out. A grand opportunity here for the Colts, who have struggled to find the tying run through 3 innings. Well, here's your chance. We'll see one through. Carson delivered it right down the pipe. Valente held off, and we'll take an 0-1 count. Turns and fires back to third, but Kirkpatrick was all over it. Knew he was going there. Maybe sends a little bit of a message not to get too far down the base path, because he will test him. Outside, splits the first 2 pitches, 1-1. Stares it down for ball 2. And Valente, who started the game at first base, has moved to catcher on the defensive side of the ball as well. So versatile player, 2-1. Chopper. Play to home. They decide to go to home plate instead of first, and that ball scrapes on by to the backstop. Here's a play to second. It's all the way there right before Valente is anywhere close to second base. But the Colts will tie it. Liam Kirkpatrick comes around, and we're tied at 2s. But just a missed throw there from the Oakville infield. And here's Casey Cunningham. But that's a big run for the Colts. They've been searching for that through 3 innings. And they find it now, getting into the later stages of this ball game. Lays down by Cunningham. It will stay fair. Tossed to first in time. And Cunningham's bunt attempt will come back to bite him. So that will do it for the top of the 5th. The Colts get one, and we're tied up at 2, heading to the bottom of the 5th. When we come back, the Whitecaps looking to take back the lead they once had. Bottom 5 in the 4th consecutive inning here from Charlie Herndon at the mound. First pitch down in the dirt against leadoff hitter number 2, Caleb Sutherland. We'll see Matthew Hurwitz and Jack Carson, the confirmed three here in the bottom 5. And a quick 2-0 lead here for Sutherland. We'll see how Herndon defends his team being tied. He's pitched 3 scoreless innings waiting for this moment. His team to provide some offense, and they have. And it's a 3-0 lead now for Sutherland, and a chance here for a leadoff walk. And he'll get one back with the automatic strike. It's ball 4 on the inside for Sutherland, and he works a leadoff walk for the Whitecaps. So he'll be on first base, and we'll give someone to work with for Matthew Hertzwitz, pardon me.
The batter, number 27, Matthew Hertzwitz.
And you got a feeling this is going to come right down to the end. Both teams chipping away at runs. Colts just did. We'll see if Oakville can match what they did. Just like the only runs we saw before this inning were back in the first, and both teams scored. So, the Colts scoring at the top of the inning. We'll see if Oakville can do it again and match with their efforts. First pitch to Hertzwitz, strike on the outside corner as Herndon chips away at it. Shows bunt, runner down to second, the toss. LaBarge way away from him, all the way to center field, and it's an easy free base there for Caleb Sutherland as he'll move himself into a scoring position. We have seen that quite a few times from this Colts team. Either throwing it from home to second when a runner's trying to steal a base, but sometimes just off the mark, and it's given some free bases for Oakville. Lucky doesn't come back to bite them right there. Sutherland is held up at second base, doesn't seize the opportunity that could have been there. Here's the bunt. This one played fair. Easy to Herndon. He'll handle it. Toss to first in time. And a bit of a sacrifice play as Sutherland, game leading run now at third base. And so Hershwitz fist bumps all around. You know he's out, but he accomplished what he needed to do. And here's Jack Carson. Carson pulls it down the left field line, and it's an RBI as Oakville takes back the lead. Not much Cashman can do about that, as it was perfectly hit with much velocity. As Jack Carson got all of that ball, and the Olays arrive from Oakville as they're fired up after that one. It's 3-2. And here's Sam Cusdoyle. Next batter due up. But a mound meeting initiated from, well, looks like the Colts infield themselves, as no coach would join them in the huddle. Fastball on the inside. Blows it by Cusdoyle for strike one. Charlie Herndon right back down to business after allowing that run. Here's the 0-1. Strike two. Gets it on the outside, and he's all smiles after he gets that call. Understands he's got himself an 0-2 lead. Down in the dirt to the backstop. Green light there for Jack Carson down to second, and he'll make it successful as he moves himself a free base. Here's the 1-2. Strike three. And Charlie Herndon gets himself a punch-out, 2 down as he sends Sam Cusdoyle back to the dugout and will bring up Nishan Dillon.
Now batting, number 26, Nishan Dillon.
And it looks like a fielding change quickly. Charlie LaBarge will shift over to third. Declan Cashman looks to be going to warm up in the bullpen, as Max Herndon will go to left field. And coming into second base, Liam Kirkpatrick. So a trifecta of shifts in the field. But overall, the result goes to Declan Cashman, who is in the bullpen now. Looks to be the reliever due up for Charlie Herndon when he's all finished. That one to the backstop. Here goes Carson again. Looks for first and third. The toss, just a tad late. Valente put it on a platter, though, for Charlie LaBarge. But Carson a base hit away from doubling the lead the Whitecaps now have now. It will be the biggest lead of the ball game as well. One-0. It's ball two for Dillon. And gets it in there. Movement by Herndon on that last one. Able to curl it, just snick it inside corner, and gets a strike back. And he did go through, calls home plate umpire, trying to hold it. Was Dillon, but just a bit too strong. And just like that, he backs up against the wall. Herndon looking for a punch out, leave a runner stranded at third, and send his team back to the offense. Just high. Count is full. And it's ball 4 for Dylan. Runners in the corners to bring up Evan Huynh.
Now batting number 5, Evan Huynh.
52 pitches for Charlie Herndon. Through his 4 2/3 innings. And that will do it on the evening for Herndon. As I mentioned, goes 4 2/3, only allows 1 run. Quite the evening for 77 in baby blue. And it looks to be Declan Cashman who will come in relief. The third pitcher used this game for Kingston. It has claps all around from the Colts fans. So Herndon will have 2 days rest. So he'll be able to pitch or tomorrow or the next day, but he's available after that. And for, well, the amount of innings he went, it was value pitching there from Charlie Herndon. And Cashman will look to potentially even close the game out, kind of depending on the strategy that the Colts want to go with pitching-wise. We've seen many different types of strategies. I remember this morning the Cornwall River Rats kind of cycled through everybody through their entire lineup. Or you have teams like Oakville who just ride one guy, but when you're pitching as well as Jack Carson, why would you take him out of the game? And especially in a close game like this. Evan Huynh will step back into the batter's box and get this at-bat underway. As Cashman will turn 180, look at first base, a little pump fake there. And he'll focus back up at the task at hand. Runners in the corners. Down and away. Ball for Huynh. And Cashman will take a moment to tie his shoe. Cashman's been all around the diamond. I believe started in left field, then went to third base. It's pulled to the bullpen. Starts warming up, and now he's good to go. And a balk has been called against Declan Cashman, and it's a free run there for Jack Carson. And it's 4-2. That's back-to-back plays where the umpire had to have a word with Declan Cashman, and that one comes back to bite him. And in a close game like this, you can't afford to be giving up free runs. Cashman turns and fires second base all the way to center field. As it does die down a little bit, pardon me, but either way, it still spills on through. Little mistakes like that will also come back to bite you. Got to be careful. As Huynh has had a couple interruptions in his at-bat. It's been delayed and spread out around 5 minutes here since he stepped into the batter's box initially. Shows bunt, plays it perfectly down the third base line. Fair ball, and the barge won't test him. It's a bunt single for Evan Huynh. And it's runners in the corners for the top of the order, Lake Constantino.
Now batting number 4, Lake Cosentino.
Strike one, the call. Throw down to third. Spills on past LaBarge. Here comes Dylan. Play at the plate will not be there in time. And it's 5-2 after another throw down the baseline has gotten through a Kingston infielder. And you can't afford to be making mistakes in this close of a game, especially when they're self-made. Runner down to third, and it's 5-2. 3-run gap has opened up after the Colts tied it in the top of the inning. Constantino pops this one up to shallow right field, gets down for a base hit, and it's an RBI for Constantino when it's 6-2. As Huynh scores. And there's Logan Harvey as the top of the order gets to work. He'll turn it fire back to first. Constantino easily back in time. So over top of the head of Harvey, having to duck down to get away from it. Split the first two 1-1. Still 2 outs here for the Colts. Great chance to get out of it. Just got to find a way to convert that third and final out and get out of this inning, which has not gone your way. And I'll turn to take a look at first base again. Harvey rips this ball to left field, going back, and it's all the way to the back fence. Constantino comes around and scores, and he's fired up. It's 7-2 for the Whitecaps as they grow the gap to 5. And it's an RBI double for Logan Harvey, who has showed his power this evening in his 3 at-bats. And Coach Jace Beauchart will go have a conversation with his infield. Should mention birthday boy Jace Beauchart as well. It's his 20th birthday today. So a very happy birthday from the broadcast crew. Here's Jackson Vale. Cashman, a long look and runner at second. Turns and fires. Vale gets a hold of that one, and it dives on down into no man's land. In shallow left field, coming around, and the hitting parade continues for the Whitecaps. It's 8-2, and they have a demanding lead after the score was tied in just the top of the inning. It's an RBI single for Vale. And Thomas Loeffler will be up with a chance here to add to what the Whitecaps have done here in the bottom 5. Just pure power. I've got a hold of every ball. And for Cashman, trying to get into a rhythm. This one fouled back.
Now batting number 21, Thomas Loeffler.
Toss down at first. Harvey will, make that Jackson Vale will slide back in time. Get his nice white pants and his teal uniform all dirty. I'm sure that's a quick turnaround if they got a game tomorrow, potentially, I believe. One team does have the day off. Bound Hopper to Cashman at the mound. A little flip to first base, and the Colts will be happy to get out of that inning. It has not gone their way. The Whitecaps score 6 and have opened the lead to 8-2. But the Colts not out of it yet, but need some big offense when we come back in the top with the 6th inning. Kingston at the bats. Top 6 as we get underway. With the leading things off, Lucas Rogers, Bryson Hollywood, and Max Herndon, as we'll see the bottom 3 in the order. At least here in the top of the 6th, and when the Colts, they need a big inning after 6 runs have scored in the bottom 5. And we'll see the same starting pitcher as we have for the first 5 innings, Jack Carson, who has pitched phenomenally after letting up 1 run in the first inning. But could this be the start of something successfully for the Colts? Lucas Rogers leads us off with a single, cracks it all the way to center field, and there's a runner on first base. Carson will turn fire to first. Just test. Rogers at the base will slide back in time. Hollywood pulls this one to third base. The toss over to second, gets one, looks at turn 2. Not there in time, but to get the fielder's choice. As Lucas Rogers will be sent back to the dugout, keep a runner out of scoring position.
Now batting number 3, Max Herndon.
Where's the money? Oh, it's in here. I picked it. And so here's Max Herndon with 1 runner on Hollywood, as we just saw moments ago. Down and away on the outside. As after Herndon, will go back to the top of the order for Kingston. Herndon underneath of it, looks to find the gap, backing up as a center fielder, and what a grab! Over top of his head, snags it and brings it down. And he tells his team to calm down like it's everyday business. Out there in center field, acting like he does this every day. He must, because he was calm after making a catch like that. And there's 2 down. Cashman will hold off. Declan, as known, joined the mound in the Bottom of the 5th inning, so the 2 pitchers go out of here. Likes that one. Easily hit to the second baseman, and it splits his legs. Nutmegs him right past his glove, and Cashman will get aboard on an error there by the infield. Looking like Caleb Sutherland as he shakes his head. Says my bad to the infield, and he's got to shake it off, and I'm sure he will. And, you know, having a lead like they do now, that kind of makes it easier to shake off. Robbie Carmichael due up. And 2 on for the Colts. Can this create something? 2 out, so they don't have room for error. As he likes the first pitch, strike 1 swinging. Oh, 1 over top, underneath of it, pardon me, lifts to the foul territory and will spill out. And he's 0-2 down. Carson, a chance to get out of the 2 runners on and send his team back to the offense. Carmichael has other ideas. Dying down in shallow right field. It looks like a blooper. And the bases are loaded here for the Kingston Colts. As it's Callum Party up to the bats. And this is the situation they've been waiting for. If they're able to convert on at least 2 runs, cut the tally in half with the Whitecaps, would be massive. We'll see if they can cash in, though. Carson in the biggest jam he's been in all game. Let's see how he handles it. And delivers the first pitch, ball of the call. And Party puts some pep into that one. Really trying to get a hold of it, and honestly, when the bases are loaded, most of the time you do. You're pumped full of adrenaline. You just give it everything you got when you see a pitch you like. Just couldn't get a hold of that one underneath of it for a foul ball. As Carson will turn, pump fake. Cashman will go back to second. Send him a little message. And to be honest, I don't really know where Cashman's going anyways with a runner on third. Just looking for a very aggressive leadoff, especially when he's trying to score some runs. And gets him swinging there on the outside for strike 2. It's a 1-2 pitch. Fouls it back, and Party needed that. And able to come up big. Carson has 2 balls to work with if he wants to use them. He'll deliver the 1-2. Party looks like it's dying down to shallow center. It will. Cashman gets the green light as the second runner to come on home, and it is successful. The Colts, they're not done yet. They add 2 runs and make it 8-4. And that's what the Colts needed. Callum Party comes up with a big-time moment, and they're only down by 4. Couple changes in the field here for Oakville. Number 5, Evan Hoyne, goes to left field. A little chat there from the coach. And some infielders with Jack Carson. He will remain in the game. He's dancing around the 80 mark in the pitch count. And here's Charlie Herndon, cleanup hitter in the order. Pitched phenomenally this ball game as well. We'll see if he can kind of convert some of that phenomenal pitching to this at bat. And it kind of feels like, well, obviously after those 6 runs came in from Oakville, that they would just ride it out. But those 2 runs with the bases loaded have sparked something. And Herndon's not done yet either. He rips this one to left field. Runners coming home. It's Callum Purdy going to third. Robbie Carmichael coming around the plate. And the Colts have 5 and are in 3. All they need is 3 to tie things up, and tying run is now at the plate. Resilience, the name of the inning for Kingston. Nothing was going in their favor after that 6-run inning, but something has ignited the fire. First pitch to Bowie, right up the middle. It's an RBI single. Is it going to be 2? The throw to the plate, not there in time. And the Colts have made it a 1-run game. What a comeback it has been for the Colts. 8-2 coming into the 6th inning, and it is now 8-7 after 2 RBIs and a single for Declan Bowie. And that will do it on the evening for Jack Carson. Despite letting up 5 here in the top of the 6th, has had a fantastic outing at the rubber. And got to keep his chin held high. And coming into relief for Oakville, number 21, Thomas Loeffler, will make his tournament debut on the rubber. And well, comes into a situation, he's got 2 outs in the inning, only 1 out needed, obviously, but inherits a runner at first, and 5 runs straight in the inning as well. Has the task of putting a fork in this Colts offense and send his team back to the bats, hopefully still up by 1. That is what he's hoping. And the Colts have just found gaps through the infield, barreled majority of the balls. Everything done perfectly for Kingston in this inning. Couldn't ask for much better in this type of situation. Kind of showing to the tournament that they can go down big, but they're not done until they're done. Bowie looking to extend it, play to third. That's airmailed over top of the third baseman. And what could have been an easy out is Declan Bowie was testing his luck. And in this situation, he gets the win, but that was risky. Didn't need to do it. He easily stole second, but he tested his luck, and it goes his way. And it's strike 2 going the way of Loeffler in an 0-2 lead. Pardon me, I think that's 1-1 as we have on the broadcast. It's different from the in game 1, and play to Constantino in time as he tosses it from 6-3 to end the bottom of the inning. And what a couple last innings it has been. It was 6 runs in the bottom 5. 5 runs from the Colts in the top of the 6th, and it's a 1-run game heading into the bottom of the 6th inning with Oakville up 1. We'll see if we have even more of an eventful inning here in the bottom 6 when we come back. bottom 6 as the Colts take back to the field, looking to keep it as close as possible and not replicate what happened in the bottom of the 5 where they let in 6 runs. But on the flip side, Oakville would love to have a similar inning to what they saw last time, and here's McKean to lead things off. Swinging on that one and lines it right up the gap to left field. And Bronson McKean has a leadoff single. And so we'll see McKean followed up by Josh Huynh and Caleb Sutherland on the confirmed 3, but with McKean on, we could see even more. Huynh decides to swing late into that pitch as Cashman threw him a bit of a breaking ball, which dipped down right at the last second. It was a fantastic pitch. He'll get a strike out of it. And that is inside on Huynh. I don't know if I got a piece of him, but it was an easy base there for McKean as he'll head down to second. But Huynh barely dodged that one. I believe it was on the back side of him. Had to kind of thrust his hips forward in order to get away from it. On the 1-1 here from Cashman. And he goes back to the breaking ball pitch and gets it for strike 2. As the calls it eclipse the top of the zone, and Cashman has gone back to that pitch a couple times, and it's been successful. Does he do it here? Huynh will get a piece of it, stay alive. But a good variety here. Since joining the ball game from Cashman and his pitching arsenal. The 1-2. He'll step off, take a moment. Just to breathe, regroup himself. And deliver this one. Got him. Drop strike 3, though. Valente tossed down to first in time. Runner will advance to third. So what could have been holding the runner at second in an easy strikeout from Cashman instead results in still the strikeout, or the out rather, against Josh Huynh. But the runner will advance. It is a base hit away from making a 2-run game, and there's a mound meeting here. And that will do it for Declan Cashman at the bump for the Kingston Colts. There's been a pitcher warming up in the bullpen. We'll see who it is momentarily for the Colts.
The pitch count for Cashman, 17.
And it looks to be Bryson Hollywood. Will take to the bump, start of the game in right field, but the mound has called him. And in a 1-run game with a runner on third base, big time situation as we're in the later stages. So Hollywood will begin his warm-up, the righty. And Cashman, well, did his job. Came in. Slipped a little bit in the bottom of the 5th inning. But I wouldn't entirely blame that on him. It was Oakville just being all over everything at the bats. Firing 100%. And so as this game wraps up, it's been a long day here at Cricket Field. And, oh, well, just because it's a long day doesn't mean anything, though. It's been fantastic. As we got to witness some great baseball. As producer Reyes and I got here at 9 a.m. this morning, so 10 hours ago, and got to witness 3 great games, including this one, which I would have to say this one has definitely been the best, just how close it's been and the storylines that have been building as the Colts have came back in this one. Where in previous games, teams have just blown away and have been very one-sided. Hollywood throws his first pitch down in the dirt for a ball. But we'll be back again tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. And well, many days on until the 24th, the championship day. It looks like a balk warning has been issued to Hollywood at the mound. This home plate umpire gives him a word. Swing and a miss there from Sutherland. And they'll move the count to 1-1. That one to the backstop. Eyes go over to number 8, McKean there at third base. He won't think too much about it, though. Safe and sound at third, he'll stay. This one skied up to the moon. Can they locate it? Valente searching. Valente finds. And there's 2 down as it looked like Valente in front of the plate stumbled a little bit. Back and forth, he was rocking, but able to get underneath of it. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. And the Colts 1 out away from sending us to a top 7 and leaving a runner stranded. And here's Matthew Hirschwitz. They try to change that. Hirschwitz showed bunt temporarily, it looked like. Pulls away, though, and takes a fastball down the middle from Hollywood. We'll see if he shows that again with 2 outs. Obviously, he's got to stay safe if he wants to cash in the run at third. Now bouncing around, Valente, a great job to move off his position there and get in front of that ball. Here's the 1-1. Gets a piece of it, fouls it back. Two strikes against him after that last foul ball. Chance for Hollywood, who just joined the game, to send his team to the offense. The 1-2. Outside has a couple of balls to work with, though, so doesn't mind that whatsoever. Got him! Freezes him up and sends him back to the dugout. Bryson Hollywood is fired up as he leaves a runner stranded at third, and it's 8-7 going to the top of the 7th inning. Oh me, oh my, we are in for a grand finale. And when we come back, the Colts on the offense, down by 1. Colts down to their potential final 3 outs here as we enter the top of the 7th inning. And the Colts need 1 in order to see a bottom of the 7th. Charlie Labarge will lead things off. Fouls the first pitch back. We'll see Labarge, Valente, and Cunningham. The first 3 in the order. So it's the final 7th inning. The Colts need 1. As I mentioned, And then obviously the Whitecaps would have a chance to walk it off or see extras. Dips down, catches the top of his own. Beautiful pitch there from the reliever who came into the game last inning. That's Thomas Loeffler. He's got an 0-2 lead against LaBarge. And strike 3 to the backstop, though. LaBarge wheels to first. The throw is off the mark. Charlie LaBarge, the Colts, and here's Lucas Valente. I'll buy for ball. Got him. Strike 3 swinging there for Valente. And there's one down as he chases one to the outside.
Number 16, Casey Cunningham.
And here's Casey Cunningham. Started the game behind the plate, has since moved. And he shows bunt, lays it down, and will just ride foul outside the third base line. LaBarge so eager to find himself into a scoring position and advance from first base as he's at right now. The 0-1. Fouls it off. Right to the road. And you hope there's no cars going by because, well, obviously that's dangerous. Two strikes against Cunningham. Loeffler delivery. In play. A chopper to the first baseman. It's going to be a race for the bag. And a sliding play by the first baseman of the Whitecaps, number 13, Jack Carson, who's already made a significant impact on this game with his fantastic pitching for the first 5 or 6 innings. And he makes a big play there to bring us to 2 outs. That does advance the runner as well. Charlie LaBarge tying run at second base, and it all comes down here to Lucas Rogers. First pitch from Loeffler. Strike 1 the call. So Rogers has seen the top of the zone. The 0-1. Down low for ball 1. We'll split the first 2 pitches. If you're Rogers, you got to find a way to battle here. Team relies on him now, down by 1 after they were so resilient in the top of the 6th. Fouls it back. And that is strike 2 against him. And Loeffler, prime territory now, to send his team into the win column. On day 1 of the Eastern Canadians, the Whitecaps and Loeffler 1 pitch away, while the Colts 1 run away from sending us to the bottom of the inning. The 1-2. Ball 2 as he sent the breaking ball, but just will miss the top of the zone. We'll have the 2-2 pitch. Rogers fouls that one off to stay alive as he just kind of jammed himself on the inside, but it doesn't matter. Gotta be feeling tense, gotta be feeling everything right now. We'll have a 2-2 from Loeffler. And it's ball 3, the call. Another tight one, but it goes in the favor of Lucas and brings us to a full count with 2 outs and the game on the line. The payoff pitch. And Rogers stays alive. What a battle it has been. He's fouled pitches off. He's taken balls when needed. And I'll see a second full count pitch ahead of him. We'll do it again. Another payoff from Loeffler. And it's strike 3 the call. And Thomas Loeffler will win it for the Whitecaps. 8-7 final score in a thriller. As the Colts resilient in their comeback, score 5 runs to bring the difference to only 1. But the Whitecaps will hold on